Today we're going to talk with the two-time worldwide champion of Formula One, Fernando Alonso. Thank you for coming. How are you feeling today?
Well, I'm feeling good because I had a great day, but a little bit tired because I work a lot.
Okay, the first question. Back in the days, who was your referent or idol in motorsport universe and why?
I had so many, but definitely I would choose Ayrton Senna because when I was a kid, I was watching him in the TV and I was really impressed about what the things he did in a car, fighting with other drivers.
In 2001, you started in Formula One with Minardi team. How you remember your first race?
Well, I remember very well because it was my first race in Formula One, but it was a difficult race because the car it was not the best possible car and it was difficult to drive, but I remember it very well because obviously it's my first race in Formula One and it's always special.
Of course. So, back in 2003, after you debuted with the Renault team, you achieved your first win. How was you feeling that day?
Very good because always when you arrive to this type of sport or for example football, you always want to win, and winning my first race in Formula One in 2 years that I had racing, obviously it was very good.
After 2 years in Renault, you won 2 worldwide titles, beating Michael Schumacher. Was it hard? Who was the most important person that helped you back in the days?
But it was very hard. It was very hard because Michael Schumacher was being winning like 5 years in a row, and the people didn't expect that any driver beat him, and I beat him in 2 years in a row. So it was funny to do, but very hard because he was a very good driver. And then the person who I helped the most, I think it was Flavio Briatore, my race director of Renault team, because he was the person who believed in me in 2003, so he was him.
Okay. So after winning 2 titles, you went to McLaren. We know that was a very difficult stage. What happened?
Well, when I arrived to McLaren, Lewis Hamilton arrived as well in the same year. So the team has 2 new drivers in the team, and it was difficult to manage because he was a driver that it was from his academy of McLaren, and I wasn't. So then with the title fight between them, Lewis and me, the team had to choose one driver to prioritize over another one, and they chose Lewis, and the relationship was not the best as we could find.
So in 2008, you decided to come back to Renault. Why did you decide this?
Well, because first of all I had no other chances because all the other teams had all the drivers set, and was Renault that had 1 seat in one of the cars, and I chose Renault because of this, and obviously because they helped me a lot in my starting career, so I chose Renault because of this.
We can see that your most important signing was with Ferrari. Would you explain this stage?
Yes, I think with Ferrari to start the 2010 season, and in that season I fought for the championship until last race with a car that was not the best car in the grid. So was a very good year, difficult year, but very good year because we tried to fight the championship until the end. Then 2011 it was not a very good year because we didn't fought for the championship. Later in 2012 the car was not better than back in 2010, but we could fight for the championship until the end too. And then in 2013 and 2014 the car wasn't improving, so in 2014 I decided to leave because I want to win in Ferrari. I thought that I couldn't win, so I decided to leave.
Okay, so after 5 years in Ferrari, you signed again with McLaren. Nowadays, are you regret about this decision?
Yes, I think yes, because when I signed with McLaren again, I thought that they could give me a good car, but it wasn't a good car to fight for even the points. So yes, I regret because I think I could manage the time better and prove another categories in motorsport. So yes, I regret, but well, it's the future and you didn't expect it. So yes, I regret, but that's it.
Okay. Well, you have raced in 24 hours of Le Mans, 24 hours of Daytona, 6 hours of Spa. You tried the 500 miles of Dakar and even the Dakar. Can you explain to us the experience of racing these races?
Yes. Well, in the 24 hours of Le Mans, I raced 2 times and I won the 2 times I raced. It's a very difficult race because it's 24 hours in a row, so you can't sleep because you can sleep, but it's a very difficult race, as well as 24 hours of Daytona. It's the same, you can sleep, but it's very tough. Then the 6 hours of Spa, it's tired too, because racing 6 hours in a row it's tired, but I think it's a very beautiful race to race. And then I tried as well the 500 miles of Indianapolis, and it's a very funny race because you race very fast. You can catch the 370 kilometers hour. It's very funny, but when I race this race, it was not good. Then the Dakar is the toughest race to race as a driver because it's 2 weeks that you travel in a country. It's always like a desert because the car has to across the country. So it's tough because the stages that you race are 3 hours stages, and it's very tough. But it's very funny to race always.
Okay, so today you are back in Formula 1. Why you decided to come back?
Well, I decided to come back because next year in 2022 we will have a regulation change of the rules, and then if we could achieve the better car to race, pues, I don't know, we will have possibilities or not. I don't know. I choose this because anyone knows about how it will be the future, so why not to race and win again?
Okay, so well, that's all, Fernando. I'm hoping to see you again, and thanks for coming. Bye.
Hala.